budgets for game development reaching into the tens of millions these days, the industry has become one of few surprises. Most publishers can't afford to not build the hype machine when they've invested so much cash. Way back in 1997, things were different. Diddy Kong Racing was released for the Nintendo 64 without ever being previously announced, and sales were still great. Now it's almost 10 years later, and ownership of the game's developer, Rare, has changed hands. But that hasn't stopped them from porting the classic kart racer to the Nintendo DS. With some new features and some content removed as well, has the past decade been kind to Diddy and crew? As the story goes, the evil Wizpig has cast a spell across the island that can only be broken by winning races. You begin by choosing a driver, though Banjo and Conker have been removed since Microsoft, not Nintendo, now owns the rights to those characters. Once you've selected your critter, it's time to hit the island, where you'll run into a purple elephant named Taj. The pachyderm serves as your guide throughout the game and will present you with various challenges. Diddy Kong Racing is a unique game in that it melds traditional adventure-style gameplay with racing. The single-player adventure mode is completely open-ended. There's an overworld that you can freely drive around in search of new races. Win a race, and you're rewarded with a balloon. Collect enough balloons, and new doors will be unlocked to brand new courses. You're never locked down to one course at a time, and intermittently, you'll be presented with one-on-one boss races that give the game a nice twist. Each of the 4 areas is wrapped up with a Grand Prix-style event, and there are plenty of hidden items and other adventure game trappings. The adventure mode remains fairly unchanged from the original, with a few exceptions. The challenging coin races from the N64 game have been moved into their own mode this time around. In their place is a surprisingly fun on-rails shooter, where you pocket coins while trying to pop as many balloons as possible. Another change is that there are coins scattered around each course that you can collect to upgrade your machine. Speaking of which, there are 3 different vehicle types to master, including traditional karts, sluggish hovercrafts, and planes that can go virtually anywhere. There are over 20 different courses total, and with a couple of exceptions, they're exact duplicates from the N64 game. In addition to the adventure mode and coin races, you can also take Diddy Kong Racing online, where 6 racers can go at it at once. This is an extra 2 racers compared to Mario Kart DS, and the list of modes and options represent the most robust online offering on the DS this side of Metroid Prime Hunters. You can even create your own tracks and then take them online. If you're looking for a DS game with plenty of things to do, you can't go wrong with Diddy Kong Racing. There are tons of things to unlock, plenty of courses and drivers, and its online mode just keeps on giving. Each race has 8 different competitors and multiple paths to take. Generally, there's one way that's faster than all the others, and finding this line is often the key to victory. The computer AI doesn't put up much of a fight, and you'll rarely have to try a course more than a couple of times to come in first and move on. Like most kart racers, Diddy Kong features weapons, but how they're handled is rather unique. There are missiles, speed boosts, magnets that attract you to vehicles in front of you, shields, and items that you can drop like bombs. The catch is that as you collect several of the same item in succession, the power-up will increase in strength. For instance, you can pick up a missile and fire it, but if you wait and pick up 3 in a row, it'll turn into a homing missile. It adds a nice bit of strategy to the mix beyond the typical pick up and fire mechanics of most kart racing games. While power sliding will keep you from losing speed around turns, you won't be getting turbo boosts from it like in Mario Kart. Instead, there are zip pads located around the tracks. Memorizing their locations and hitting each one is incredibly important. And there's even a hidden mechanic where you can let off the gas and then get back on it as soon as you hit the zip to get even more boost. For the hovercraft and plane, you can hop or turn sharply respectively. Getting a handle on the karts is no problem, and the same goes for the planes. After a few laps, you'll be driving or flying with pinpoint accuracy. The hovercraft is a whole other story. Keeping it on the track can present a huge issue, and ultimately, it ends up being more frustrating than fun. One new mechanic occurs at the starting line. To get a boost right out of the gate, you can spin a wheel with a stylus for the karts, blow into the microphone for the hovercrafts, and rotate the stylus for the planes. None of these work very well though, because they create an awkward transition as you go from the touchscreen to the D-pad and buttons. The gameplay in Diddy Kong Racing isn't necessarily better than that of Mario Kart 64, it's just different. It's a little more complicated, but it also allows for a lot more strategy. Diddy Diddy Kong Racing was great back in 1997, and it's managed to hold up almost a decade later. The added content is nice for those who have completely destroyed the original game, and those who never played it will be surprised at its quality, depth, and longevity. Despite all the Mario Kart clones that have come and gone, none have emulated Diddy Kong Racing after all this time, making it a game well worth playing, even if you wore out the analog stick on your N64 controller many moons ago.